Good evening everyone, and welcome to another cleaning video. Today's video I have for you is an apartment clean, and today I'm just going to be cleaning up my apartment, tackling a few tasks here and there just to keep it refreshed and clean for the week. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, make sure you watch all the way to the end and use this video to help you clean your apartment or your house or your space or whatever you are cleaning today. I hope this video gives you so much motivation and inspiration. So let's go ahead and get into this video. Alright, the first place that you guys know where we're starting at is our laundry room, and I'm going to be first starting by washing our sheets for the week. I typically will do this on a Sunday just to kind of get my week refreshed and restarted, but this just goes to show that you can honestly wash your sheets whenever. But I'm going ahead and going to take those off my bed and then just throw them in the washer to go ahead and get that started while I complete other things that I also needed to get done today. I hated having to bother my dog. He's a very big snuggler when it comes down to blankets. He hoards all of our blankets in our apartment, but he was on the couch, and yes, we do let our dog sleep or sit or stay on the couch when he wants. He does have some stairs, so keep that in mind. If you have a smaller dog, it's good for their backs so they're not like jumping up and down. And honestly, Teddy could get on the couch, but he'd have to get a running start, so we just got some stairs. But I do wash his blanket, or it's not really his blanket, we use it too, but I do wash it along with our sheets just to fill the washer up more. But now I'm in my living room. Our coffee table does get messy very quickly. I really wanted to get a new coffee table. I've talked about this in the past, but you guys can kind of tell that there's a lot of scrapes on this coffee table. This was actually the first piece of furniture that I believe I have ever painted in my entire life, so I definitely did make some mistakes and have or are currently learning from them. I did also paint our two night tables, or I'm not for sure what they're called, side tables, end tables on our couch. If you guys can tell in a minute, those are also painted white. I definitely learned a lot after painting this coffee table, so I need to go in and give it a good recoat. But in the meantime, it's just one of those things that I did get done, but doesn't really ever get done, to be honest with you guys. But anyway, now we have this little storage room on our balcony door. It's super handy. We have recently been going to the pool a lot, so I have these pool floats, and this is like the perfect place to store them. So we just store them on our balcony in the little storage room, and this door likes to pop open, so I have to push on it to make sure it latches really well, and so that's what I'm doing. And then next, I decided while I was out there to go ahead and sweep off. We've been feeding our bird seed for a while. It's one of my favorite things to watch the birds come and just eat or snack throughout the day, but this is also a place that Teddy takes every single one of his toys, so you guys will see there's many toys out there. He also likes to come out here and lay, so I'm just sweeping off the bird seed so that way it looks cleaner, and also our dog can lay without tracking in bird seed. This is one thing that we need to like deep clean before the summer is over. Just get everything off our balcony, put it inside, and then either power wash this or sweep it off, do something, because we also need to get the spider webs off. But for now, this will do. All right, now I am wiping away our windows, cleaning our windows. I use this foaming spray. I really like it. However, it is strong, so beware that you might need to crack a window or door because it is really strong. But normally our windows aren't too bad. The only part that really gets bad is the bottom where Teddy puts his nose to look outside. Other than that, it wasn't really too bad on the inside. I like to do this every once in a while. I definitely don't do this weekly because I just feel like for our apartment it just doesn't get that messy. But I could also see if you have kids or just people that put their fingerprints, I think I would do this a lot more. Now we're moving on to these end tables, and these were what I was talking about earlier that I did paint. Luckily the glass part is removable, so I just removed that and then painted the out frame or the outside of it, and I think they turned out really good. They used to be like a dark brown wooden color, but it just, as you can see, I think it matches our decor a lot better. These typically tend to get dusty, more so the bottom part, which I'm about to clean, than the top part, but I like to remove the dust, and that way I just feel like it's cleaner and the air is more purified. So this is all that dust that came off from that bottom part. Okay, now I'm cleaning off our little chair here. Our accent chair is what I like to call it. This is a place that typically things get dumped at. Now I will say our kitchen table is where the majority of things get dumped, but as you guys can probably tell, there were a couple of things in the chair that I needed to quickly pick up. And if you're wondering, that blanket right there, it's actually a picture of Teddy. My grandpa got it made for me for Christmas, and it's one of my favorite gifts that I received. I don't like to use it a ton because I like to keep it preserved, but it is so special to me. Okay, now I'm cleaning off the couch, and this is your sign to flip your couch cushions if you haven't done so in a while. I think that this just refreshes your couch, makes it look better, and I think it also extends the life on your couch and your couch cushions if you're constantly rotating them. So I do this about twice a week. Now we're in the kitchen, and you guys can clearly see that our kitchen was a mess. I was on the phone to start with earlier when I was opening the dishwasher, but I was just talking to Will. Now we're going to go ahead and load up the dishwasher. This is probably my least favorite. I don't know. It's a hard decision between the dishes and laundry, but these are my least favorite chores. So I'm just going to finish loading up our dishwasher. In the meantime, I had a load of towels that were already in the dryer that I'm taking out, and this is why I like to start my clothes or whatever sheets in the beginning. That way I can kind of work through them after or while I'm doing other things. So I am taking the sheets that were in the washer, and I'm going to transfer those over and put them in the dryer. I also went ahead and started a load of laundry. Like I said before, I like having things or laundry especially going. If I have a lot of laundry, I like to keep letting it run as I clean. However, when I finish cleaning, like if I'm cleaning the kitchen, the living room, the bedroom, whatever, the bathroom, I don't like to keep doing laundry when I'm not cleaning. I know that sounds crazy, but typically what happens is I get tired and then I still have laundry that needs to be transferred over. So as long as I'm cleaning or I'm not just dedicating a whole day to laundry, I will typically not like start another load, but I knew that I was still finishing cleaning up, so I went ahead and put a load of laundry in. And while that goes, I'm going to go and right away fold the towels. I'm trying to get in a better habit, which I feel like everyone says this, that they try to get in a better habit of not letting their clothes sit in the dryer for too long. But one of my favorite things to fold, and I'm sure yours as well, is towels. They're so simple. They're so easy to fold. And you guys are going to see in a minute, I was running low, like completely out of towels in my bathroom. So I'm about to go and put all of these towels in my bathroom and just restock because I was out. right, now that we have finished our little sidetrack of our laundry, I'm still back in the kitchen, or I'm moving on into the kitchen, and I'm going to clear off our countertops. I know this is going to sound silly, you guys, and it's going to look silly, but I am slowly integrating or learning that I do like to hand wash dishes. If you would have asked me this, honestly, like a month ago, I would have told you that you're crazy, but recently our dishwasher has been giving us some problems, just making a weird noise, and that kind of stuff kind of bothers me. I'm always afraid that things are going to catch on fire, especially electronics or appliances that have heating elements. That really bothers me. So instead of running our dishwasher, I decided that I was going to hand wash all of our dishes. And typically this doesn't take as long as I originally thought it was going to take. I think that was my biggest hesitation on why I never hand washed dishes. So I'm just going to hand wash all of these and then let them dry on this little towel that I set out. I do have a drying mat that I actually got at Hobby Lobby, but I've realized that it's not long enough, so I need to invest in a bigger drying mat. But in the meantime, I've just been using a towel and it honestly works totally fine. So what I also like to do, guys, is on the right side of my sink, I will plug it with a little drain dispenser, and I'll put some really hot water and dish detergent in there, and I'll just let the dishes soak completely, and then afterwards I'll just rinse them off. I found that to be the easiest thing to do. However, these dishes were not soaking, as you guys could see, so it took me longer to have to scrub them, but I have learned the easiest way to do that, for me at least, has been to let them soak and then rinse them or wash them off completely. Once I got my dishes put away, I'm going to take out our sheets and then we're going to go make the bed. Before I start the bed though, I am going to put all of the clothes that were in the washer. I'm going to move them and transfer them over and then just put them in the dryer, and then we're going to go make our bed. Thought these clips were so cute when I went back and watched them, but Teddy is a super helper when it comes to doing laundry. He loves to go and help laundry. I don't know if it's the warm clothes. I don't know if he just wants to run all over the bed. I'm not for sure, but he's always my helper. But I was going back and watching these clips, and sometimes you forget what you've captured, or you may not see what you captured, and it's just funny. You can see him running around the bed and with his toys. I don't know, it's just so cute to me. But anyway, I'm gonna finish making our bed. Alright guys, I do want to say as I am finishing up the bed, after I get done with this, I am going to go ahead and go into our laundry room and then start a load of towels. Again, our towels are pretty easy as far as folding them. It doesn't take me a long time like it does clothes. So I did go ahead and run a cycle of towels. Also, we've been going to the pool a lot, so I like to have clean towels, or mainly beach towels whenever we go to the pool. So I'm going to go ahead and start a load of towels, but that is going to be the end of this video. And I want to say thank you guys so much for making it this far and watching. And if you did make it this far, I want you guys to comment the bubble emoji. I always like to do a random emoji just to see which of my viewers watched all the way to the end. So I want to say thank you guys so much for clicking on this video and staying here with me today. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye guys.